Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I'm here to talk about this full moon in Scorpio, which is also a pink moon. A pink moon. Oh my gosh, LS, what's up? How's nursing school? Oh, you're on my mind and heart. So I'm here to talk about this full moon in Scorpio. And I don't want people to miss out on tomorrow evening on 4/20. We're going to talk about this conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. It's very auspicious, so I wanted to make sure to get on here tonight. This full pink moon in Scorpio. How are you guys doing? I mean, this retrograde, this eclipse has kicked my butt. You know, Mercury retrograde is all about technology, breakdowns, and communication. I have been living it. I have a technical issue that's going on that I just had to walk away from, that I've been dealing with. And then my buddy Katya and I noticed that the day we filmed one of our live energy medicine talks, my phone would not upload the video onto Instagram. And it just wouldn't happen. Then we reflected back. It was the first day of Mercury retrograde. And this eclipse season has been a doozy. It's been a doozy. So if you're feeling a little out of sorts, feeling off, that's the word that comes to mind. It truly is a very intense and off time. I want to open up with the fact that astrology, let's talk about astrology, does not determine what is going to happen. It provides a map. Astrology provides a map. And it allows us to be aware of the potential energies that can interfere or that we can use for our greatest good. So I'm a big proponent of blame it on the skies, blame it on the planets, because it's truly we are tied into them. I want to open up with this prayer from this book, Prayers of Honoring by Pixie Lighthorse. This is an amazing, amazing book. And this poem or prayer is about honoring freedom. As I thought about Scorpio and I thought about the planetary energy, so Pluto and Uranus, or Jupiter and Uranus, are all about freedom. To the degree too, Taurus and Scorpio are also about individuation and freedom for the self. So I wanted to open up this moon talk with this poem, Honoring Freedom. Thank you for this beautiful day of growth, separation, and individuation. Thank you for showing us how to love and also be free. Thank you for the water, the grass, the simple things that we need to live and tend to take for granted. Thank you for wide open range thinking and the ability to create our own realities with your help. Thank you for the courage to step off the well-traveled thoroughfare to seek our own fortunes of the spirit. Bless our paths as we leave a season of our lives behind and declare new footsteps once again as you have blessed us so many times before now. Bless the wheel that keeps us turning and learning. Guide us to autonomy as we learn to make spirit stuff our first priority and the closest matter to our hearts. Let us allow this in others, honoring their way, knowing that we each have our own sweet language with you. Guide us to true freedom by showing us our part in everything beautiful and of creation, as well as that is which is unseemingly and destructive. Both are of you. Allow us to sit on the edge of the cliff for as long as we need to before we can move forward. Keep us from hurrying the process, knowing that it is in our readiness to leap that we gain our sovereignty. Remind us that it is ownership of the role we've played that will release us from forgiveness of ourselves and sets us free. Humble us by removing our disclaimers, qualifiers, and blame of others for putting us in this place. Find us sitting on the mountain waiting for the visions to come from you, disrobed of our arrogance, stripped of our expectations, and devoid of impatience. Surround us with your magical animals, vegetables, and minerals, which support our earth walk towards full flexibility. Show us that this isn't others who hold us back. Only ourselves and our own very good reasons. Show us another way. And hold us tenderly when we suffer and amplify our radiance when we shine. Heal us with right medicine that opens all of the way in full support of our sensitive natures. Teach us to nurture ourselves deeply and leave tracks for others on path to find us and their freedom too. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Gabs. Welcome, Gabby. Good to see you here. So we're talking about this full moon in Scorpio. So this full moon in Scorpio will shine the fixed dark waters of Scorpio. We're in deep water, y'all, because Scorpio is deep and intense. I know I'm a Scorpio and I'm proud to be one. It's opposing the sun, changing it verse Taurus, the pleasure-seeking Taurus. So the sun is in Taurus. We entered Taurus season today. And then when this full moon comes in next Tuesday on the 23rd in the sign of Scorpio, this Scorpio full moon is considered a heavy, heavy hitter. And it's going to help us all come correct. Because, you know, Scorpio is about speaking the truth. As painful as it may be, you're going to hear the truth. You're going to hear the bluntness. So the idea is prepare for the painful live birth of a brand new you. That's what this moon is talking about. So next Tuesday on 4/23, the moon will reach its peak on Tuesday evening, 4:49 p.m. on the West Coast, 7:49 on the East. And it's sitting at 4 degrees of Scorpio. So you know how I love numerology. 4 is the number of grounded. Think of a table with 4 legs. In feng shui, a table, a solid table in your home is considered good energy. So Taurus is a grounded sign. It's an earth sign. So when you think of astrology, earth and water will always be opposite each other. So for Pisces, it's Virgo. And then for Cancer, it's going to be, so Taurus is Scorpio, Virgo is Pisces, and then Cancer then would be, who's the other earth sign? Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer and Capricorn. So earth meets water always. So whenever a water sign is on deck in a full moon, it's going to be in an earth sign. Whenever an earth sign is on deck for a full moon, it's going to have its counterpart in water. Both Scorpio and Taurus are both signs about creating legacy and a sense of lastingness in our world. Taurus creates this sense of legacy through material things, tangible material things, because it's a sign of the bull earth. So it wants to lay down roots. Where Scorpio does this through the mind and through energy, the intangible ways, and through emotion. So April has been a crazy month. April's considered a very potent month because of all the aspects that are in the sky that are happening that we're going to talk about in a bit. But it's been a month of instability and craziness. But also this second half is representing stability, and it's going to represent security and abundance. So April is the 4th month. Again, 4 degrees coming in. This moon is coming in 4 degrees. 4th month. So this is foundational energy. So we can finally, even though right now we're still in Mercury retrograde, that will pass and we will be free shortly after this full moon comes in. So the day 4/23/2024 reduces to a 17. If you take 1 plus 8, 1 plus 7, it equals an 8. We are in an 8 year. 2024 is an 8. Scorpio rules the 8th house. The 8th house of Pluto. Pluto and Scorpio rule the 8th house. So lots of 8 energy here. Scorpio, the 8th house is sex, what's taboo, rebirth, death, all of those things. Scorpio is considered a healing sign because one of the reasons is because it's water. But again, the idea is the truth will set you free. So when the eclipse window opened at the end of March and then peaked and culminated on April 8th, we're not done with it. That energy will continue to live with us for at least 6 months ahead. So we're not out of the eclipse energy just yet. So the idea is Scorpio is here to help us start to close out this eclipse season. It'll help illuminate how we've been changing. Sometimes we forget the strides and changes we've made because we're so busy moving on to the next thing and the next thing. So with Taurus, with this Scorpio energy, is considered like, think of building blocks, think of structure. Taurus energy being in Taurus season, it's very grounded energy for this water to flow through. Okay, Scorpio, the mantra is, I desire. The power of Scorpio is intensity. And the key word for Scorpio is magnetic. People are drawn to Scorpios. I know people are drawn to me. There's something about us. I think it's the way we look at people and the way we stare sometimes, but we draw things in. So Scorpio deals with our psychology and our need to be in control, our sexuality, our passive income, multiple streams of income. Like most Scorpios are multitaskers. They're the chameleons of the zodiac. They have their hands in so many different things always. Contracts, legalities, the banking system. These are all Scorpionic energies because of that 8th house, which is also money. Things that control this world that are on a less visible level, like faith, divination, believing in something. Scorpios are known to be so intense. So this intensity is matching right where we are in eclipse season, headed for a full moon. Hey, Karen, welcome in. So astrologer Frank Clifford, I'm going to share a source. This is NewYorkPost.com. There are two huge aspects going on. One is this conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter, and this other one is Pluto being in a square. So you know what? I'm not a professional astrologer. However, so I seek information, and I was just trying to figure out how to share this, and I just couldn't come up with a simple way. So I'm pulling from, again, Frank Clifford. On Tuesday, while the sun shines in Taurus, the moon broods in Scorpio. The Scorpio energies of both will form a powerful T-square with Pluto. Pluto is a planet of death and rebirth, which sets up shop in Aquarius this year. Pluto is named for the maiden snatching god of the underworld and is a planetary ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is linked to unearthing, destroying, composting, and the ashes of the past as the wheel of grease of a new world order. So again, during this time, especially full moons, about releasing and letting stuff go. So this is great time. So a T-square is formed when at least two planets oppose each other and both square a third planet. So the third planet in this case is Pluto, known as the apex or focal planet. The energies of the opposing planets are activated and can hopefully express and resolve their conflicting nature. A T-square is like a pressure cooker of energy, edginess, and stress. It symbolizes facets of ourselves that are at odds with one another. So this is about what's going on with us internally and psychically. As a central player, the focal planet in this configuration's dynamic point of release and resolution. It's where the seesaw of polarization of opposites can manifest in a concrete way. Again, Taurus, concrete, physicality. It offers a powerful solution to pent-up tension. So during this full moon, we have the essential self, which is the sun, facing off against our struggle, our instinctive needs, the moon, while both are in a power struggle / cage match with Pluto. Taurus wants to grind and Scorpio wants to dig, but to one end. So that is what a T-square is. So you got Scorpio and Taurus in a T-square with Pluto. Okay, moving on to this amazing conjunction. Tomorrow, 4:20 at 7:25 Pacific time and 10:25 Eastern time, Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. This is a very intense and powerful and considered rare aspect. A conjunct is cooperation. So where a T is tension and stress, a conjunction is harmony, where the planets actually work together. Both planets are considered, so Jupiter and Uranus are considered sky gods. And they're about freedom and the revolution and the need for you to feel alive. sometimes feeling alive doesn't mean just all a bed of roses. It can be intense. So this day, it's a one-day conjunction, but it's considered a kickoff, a jumping off point for the rest of the year. So Uranus is all about technology, genius, inspiration, and it's magnified by Jupiter's energy of abundance, expansion, and good fortune. 4:20, folks, tomorrow night. The last time this happened, where there was a conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, was May 1941. And this will not occur again for 84 years. Okay? So the last time this happened in Taurus. The reason this is so important is because Taurus is the sign of money. And I'll get more into that, but when you think of wealth and money, think of Taurus. They are the keepers of the purse, okay? So 4:20 tomorrow night, lucky breaks, lucky breakthrough, fortunate surprises coming through tomorrow. And Uranus is a funny planet. Uranus wants to just sit back and just, I'm just going to check out and see what happens. But this is coming in at 21 degrees. 21 is considered the number of truth. Again, Scorpio's going to be on deck. We're in the pre-shadow of Scorpio coming in on Tuesday, but truth is what Scorpio is all about. So the day, the degree, and the century. We're in the 21st century. The day is the 21st in universal time. So in England and in Europe, this energy will come in on 4:21 the next day, because it comes in at 10:49. So it'll come in shortly after midnight or something in England. So it's 4:20 and 4:21. But for us, it's 4:20. So 21 is also the number of ancient Egyptian codes. It's considered a powerful number. So you got Pluto on deck in the T-square, bringing forth secrets about money. So eclipses are said to bring forth the truth. And during eclipse season, you bring forth truths about yourself and like what you really want. I had a truth that came up for me that blew my mind, but it made sense. It was like, what if you didn't do X, Y, Z? And it's something very sacred to me. So I was like, wow, there we go with the eclipse. But Pluto brings forth secrets. Scorpio is considered the sign of secrecy. I don't know what I am. Maybe it's all the Sagittarius fire I have inside me. I'm not secret. I'm not very secretive at all. In fact, I'm too much of an open book. But financial access, because Taurus is wealth, banking, currencies. Scorpio is all about money. So you got Scorpio and Taurus. Scorpio, remember, the 8th house, which also includes money, is about investment. Scorpio is about big money. It's about hidden money. I think of Swiss bank accounts, money in the Canary Islands. When you think about Scorpio, hidden money. But the idea is secret money, and this is going to come to the surface. So anything that is repressed will come to light, especially regarding money. This includes digital currency as well, because Uranus, again, is a planet of technology. So it's going to focus on digital currency, like cryptocurrency and things like that. What I love is that, like I said, Taurus is on the opposite wheel from Scorpio. They are perfect mates, earth and water. Earth needs water to keep it from being parched, and water needs a place to land itself. But here's the trippy part. Both are fixed energy. Fixed signs don't like to move very often, which again, I'm like, gosh, my life, I live such a chameleon life again, but fixed energy likes things too the way that they want it as well. So we just left Aries just yesterday. Aries energy was about action and going after things. Taurus is similar to Leo in the way that Taurus teaches us that they magnetize things for them. When you think about a bull, how big and heavy it is, a bull can't move very fast. So the bull is going to hunker down, dig their heels in, and go at their own pace. They're not going to wear themselves out. But Taurus energy magnetize things. So their slow and heavy, steady energy literally like draws energy to it and encourage us to attract, not chase. There was a book, it's called A Goddess is a Girl's Best Friend, and it says goddesses don't chase, they attract, okay? So while Aries was about moving and getting what we desire, again, Taurus is about bringing it to us. Through Taurus, we can understand and getting connected with our basic needs of survival. Taurus is root energy. It's root, it's grounding in. And Taurus helps us to see what is necessary and what is essential in our lives. This in turn, once we figure out what our essential livelihood needs are, it helps determine our values, our priorities, and inspire us to develop self-reliance. You know, Taurus is a pretty self-reliant sign. So this energy has been great. So this next thought comes from Moon Phase Studios, okay? As the days get longer in the northern hemisphere, Taurus season leads us towards green meadows and blue skies. Soft and slow with a relaxed swagger, this powerful energy invites us to take a deep breath and feel the ground beneath our feet. The symbolism of Taurus is depicted by the bull in astrology, links to the changing light of the year. As we welcome Taurus season and daylight increases, Mother Nature brings forth her abundance. Green shoots grow taller and flowers begin to bloom. We are invited to pause and soak in all of her beauty. As an earth sign, Taurus reminds us that to appreciate where we are in life, we need to slow down first. So connecting to all of our senses to feel fully present and grounded is where this Taurus energy wants to guide us. This soft beckoning also has potent stamina behind it, asking us to build solid foundations in the fertile ground that's available for us right now. Taurus, you know, is ruled by the planet Venus, which is about love and relationships. Let's not forget. And look at all the energy that Taurus brings to the table. It encourages us to also connect to our sensual side of things, just like Scorpio. Taurus is a very sensual sign, just like Scorpio. So it's a time to surround yourself with things that you love and that bring you joy. It can also reflect where you need to see more abundance, more security, and more comfort. This is a time to think about it and start cultivating that during this Taurus season. Okay, so here is what's April 20th. So tomorrow, Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. It's an invitation to pursue a future orientated of freedom and innovation. Jupiter is the largest planet. It's considered the great benefic planet out there. Jupiter signifies more and more. Uranus causes disruption, breakthroughs, and shakes things up. Kind of reminds me of Ganesha type energy. You know, Ganesha is the destroyer of obstacles. So I kind of see Uranus being kind of the same thing, coming in and helping to move things so that we can get that abundance. A conjunction is the strongest of aspects. So again, we got these beautiful planets coming together. So once every 14 years, we get this conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus. But again, in Taurus, it won't happen for another 84 years. 4/22 is Passover. Passover is the holiday that commemorates the miracle that God performed to the Jewish people while they remember the harsh lives of the Jewish ancestors during the slavery of their people. April 23rd is the full moon in Scorpio, diving deep for our emotional insights and evolution. On 4/25, Mercury goes direct. So 2 days after the full moon in Scorpio, we finally get free from the Mercury retrograde energy. And again, I've learned not to be afraid of Mercury retrograde, but I have to admit this Mercury retrograde messed with all of my technology. Even there were breakdowns in communication, but it also allowed me to take a step back, and then I was able to speak my truth. You know, when Mercury goes retrograde, since it's about communication, it wants you to pause. So in taking that pause, I saw some miracles happen too with me being able to clearly speak my truth. Hey, Samantha, thanks for joining. Okay, on April 29th, Venus enters Taurus. So we'll be in Taurus season. The sun will be in Taurus, and Venus will enter Taurus. This is helping us connect with our deep central values. So Venus will be in Taurus for 2 to 3 weeks. Beautiful, loving energy. So in its own house, its own ruling planet, Venus will enter Taurus. So it's going to be double love, double energy. So it's time to say, If you're not loving your life and what you are doing, it's time that you make it happen. April 30th, Mars enters Aries, activating our vitality and courage for new endeavors. So that's how we're going to close out this month of April. It's been a doozy, but it's been fun. What to do during this full pink moon in Scorpio. Did I talk about this being a pink moon? Unfortunately, the moon won't be pink, but what happens is that because there's let me find my notes. There is a particular species of pink flowers that bloom at this time of the year, and that is why it's called the pink moon. It's a time, though, to shed old skin and live a more powerful, authentic version of ourselves. So this is a pink full moon. Have you heard the saying, once in a pink moon? All right, so what to do? So you want to think about pleasure, what you really, really, really enjoy. Listening to music, beautiful music, creating art, dancing. This is a great time to make that meal that you've always, that luxurious culinary meal you've always wanted to make. You're like, one day I want to hand make pasta. This is the time to do that. Remember, when a full moon or a new moon comes in, we have 3 days to capitalize on the peak energy of that moon. And then we have the 2 weeks until we get to the new moon in Taurus. So 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to maximize on the peak energy. And here in Los Angeles, I will be doing a sound bath on 4/25, the third peak day of this full moon. So if you're local, join me. It's a drop-in event. It's on my Instagram page. Powerful. I'm pulling out my crystal bowls. I'm pulling out a harmony of Tibetan brass bowls. It's going to be a powerful night. All right. Dive into your finances. It's a time to take a good look at your finances. Get the microscope out, relook at everything. You know, we just ended tax season, April 15th. So that was making April intense. That brought a lot of nervous worriness, and people again were reporting like glitches with their bank, and this is Mercury retrograde energy. So taxes alone is enough on our heads, a weighted thing. And then having all this other eclipse energy was crazy. Think about what you can do to create more stability in your life. This is a time to rewrite, reassess, and think about how you can truly bring more grounded energy into your life. It's a good time for self-care. Taurus loves to take care of themselves. They love self-care. So massages, maybe take a yoga class. Great time to take a yoga class, a meditation class, anything that grounds you. Go to the spa, take a bath, take a deep, deep bath, take a long, rich, luxurious bath. But massage would be key. Massage would be also great. Don't forget, and I keep forgetting to mention this every full moon, put your sacred tools out in the moonlight. And this includes your crystals, your fans, whatever tools you use, put them in the moonlight. Now, if you live in an apartment or somewhere where you can't safely put them outside, find a windowsill anywhere that's clear that you can put your items on. It's important. So the moon charges the energy. The full moon helps to clear and cleanse the tools and the energy. So don't forget to put your crystals, especially. You can put out gold jewelry. You can put out anything, especially your gemstones. If you have true emerald, rubies, diamonds, aquamarine, put those out under the moonlight to charge them, okay? These tools are powerful, and so do that. If you live near the ocean, walk barefoot, do like a release. It's good to get out into the water, especially since it's a Scorpio season. So imagine if you're near a beach, the sand is Taurus and the water is Scorpio. A beautiful, beautiful marriage. It's a good time to write. It's a good time to write what you want to release. Every full moon, kind of write down what you want to release, okay? So lots of things to do, but think self-care first. So Scorpio reminds us that we are the creators of our reality. We create it. We can create any dream through our energetic intention and focus. For true creativity to flourish, we need to dissolve old patterns that hold us back. Remember LS? Resolve to dissolve. We've got to use this time to resolve once and for all what we need to dissolve. It's about detaching from people, places, anything, even your own mindsets that may be holding you back. Thinking about Scorpio being a water sign, water signs are healers. They're the healings. They give life. They give birth to things. So in the zodiac sign, water signs represent the sex organs where we give birth. So after air, water is the most important element in our survival. So water is about being in flow and going with the flow. I've mentioned so many times that this oracle deck that I'm working with, oh my God, it's so crazy how the card spoke to me. I finally surrendered and started listening. I'm such a doer. I'm such a go, go, go. But it was all about take a step back. Your shit's, excuse me, can I say that on Instagram? Your stuff's on ice. Your stuff is being put on ice. So it's just like stop your struggle. And oh my God, when I started to surrender and just go with it, which is so foreign and so tough for me, things started to shift. Okay. So again, full moon in Scorpio and pink full moon. It's a magical time. Again, before we get to that full moon, please, please, please make a prayer, say a wish tomorrow, 4:20 in the evening before your head hits your pillow with this conjunction of this Uranus and Jupiter in beautiful Taurus. Take care, be well, and use this powerful energy to set intentions for your personal growth and your spiritual development. Remember, Scorpio is a spiritual sign, and it's all about maximizing our resources. And it's a time about abundance and gratitude. So for abundance to come in, it's a time, again, with this Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde wants us to take a cosmic step back. And this full moon is shining the light. It's going to shine the light on everything that we do have. So I encourage you, shine the light on everything that you do have and be powerfully grateful and deeply reverent for that. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and watching. You can go to my podcast, Astridologie with Astrid, Astridlogie. Probably on Sunday, I'll have uploaded how this lunation will affect your particular zodiac sign. So I talked about the overall nature of what's happening, but I'll dive into how it's going to affect your particular astrology sign. I'm now on Apple Podcasts. I've been on Spotify and the other platforms, and I'm now on Apple Podcasts. So is that where you listen to podcasts? You can now hear me there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay safe, stay well, and namaste.